Section 4.2, writing equations in slope-intercept form. Essential question. How do you write an equation in slope-intercept form when you know the slope and 1 point on the line? Write an equation in slope-intercept form and graph the line that passes through 2, 5 with a slope of 1. So the information I need from this problem is that our point is 2, 5. So we have a point of 2, 5, and we have a slope of 1. I want to write my equation in slope-intercept form, but I have to look at the information I'm given. I'm given a point and a slope. I'm not given a slope and an intercept. So I have to ask myself, what equation can I put it in? You'll notice this little note over on the side here that says point slope. I have a point, it's 2, 5. I have a slope, it's 1. So I'm going to put it in the form right below there, y minus. So I'll start with y minus. This is my x and y coordinate, so my y coordinate is 5, equals my slope, which is 1, times x minus my x coordinate, which is 2. Now I've got it in point slope form. If I want to put it in slope intercept form, I need to distribute. 1 times x is 1x, 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Bring down the y minus 5, add 5 to both sides. Y equals 1x plus 3. Then to graph that, I always graph my y-intercept first, which is positive 3. So on my y-axis, I'm going to go up to 3 and put a dot. My slope is 1, which is the same as 1 over 1. So I'll rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, 1. I can do that as many times as I want to get my line, but I would do at least a few dots, 2 or 3. So now I've got my equation in slope-intercept form and my graph, so I'm done. Next one, we've got a point in this one of 1, 4, and I've got a slope of negative 3. We want to put it in slope-intercept form, but I don't know my intercept. I know a point and a slope, so that means I'm going to need to put it in point-slope form. I can label my x and y coordinate again, and then start the formula. Y minus my y coordinate, which is 4, equals my slope of negative 3 times x minus my x coordinate, which is 1. Draw my train tracks and distribute to put it in slope-intercept form. Negative 3x, negative 3 times negative 1 makes a positive 3. Bring down the y minus 4, add 4 to both sides, and we end up with y equals negative 3x. 3 and 4 makes 7. So now if I'm going to graph this, I put my first dot on 7 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My slope is negative 3 or negative 3 over 1. Rise negative 3, so go down 3, then right 1. Down 3, right 1. Connect it with a line. Now I've written my equation in slope-intercept form, and I've graphed it. Alright, I've got my point, which is negative 3, 1, and my slope, which is 2/3. If I know a point and a slope, I have to write it in point-slope form before I can put it in slope-intercept form. Y minus a negative 1, change that to a super plus right away, equals 2/3 times x minus, my x coordinate is a negative 3. Again, I'm going to have to do a super plus. Draw my train tracks, and then I'll bond. 2/3 times x is 2/3 x. 2/3 times 3, if I go off to the right here, 3 as a fraction is 3 over 1, so I can just multiply across. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3, so that gives me 2. Bring down the y plus 1, minus 1 on both sides, and I'm left with y equals 2/3 x plus 1. This is my slope-intercept equation, and now I can graph. I'm going to put my first dot on positive 1 on the y-axis, then I'm going to rise 2, run 3, rise 2, run 3. Summary. The homework for this lesson is page 227, numbers 1 through 4, which you need to graph, 10 through 15, and 25 through 27. The only problems you need to graph are 1 through 4.